Hello, this is the content of this carbon research. First, self-introduction. Second, what is carbon? Third, problems with increasing carbon and why we must become carbon zero. Fourth, carbon severity. Fifth, what efforts are we making for carbon now? Sixth, what more efforts should we make for carbon? Hello, my name is Jiwon Kim and I am a sixth grade student. The reason why I applied is that my favorite scientific field are earth science and chemistry. So I was already interested in carbon neutrality, so I read books about carbon neutrality and made cool things with recycled bottle, and it felt more interesting because it was my favorite field. I applied because I wanted to use the opportunity to learn more about carbon neutrality and discuss carbon neutrality with friends. Second, what is carbon and what is carbon neutrality? Carbon is one of the greenhouse gases and its general concept is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a general concept for greenhouse gases, and the element of greenhouse gases that exist in the atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide is carbon. And in order to prevent the increase in greenhouse gas concentration in the atmosphere, reducing emissions caused by human activities, and increasing absorption to reduce net emissions to zero is called carbon neutrality or net zero. Third, problems with increasing carbon and why we must become carbon zero. Greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, and carbon that exist in the Earth's atmosphere trap heat in the atmosphere and increase its temperature. Increasing carbon dioxide concentration has enormous negative effect on the environment, such as driving extreme weather, altering the metal of Arctic glaciers, raising sea levels, and ocean acidification. Therefore, we must become carbon neutral beginning start now. Problems with increasing carbon. This is photo of third topic. Carbon emissions. Science have announced that global carbon dioxide emissions will hit a record high this year. The analysis is that if this trend continues, humanity will exceed the Paris Climate Agreement's temperature increase limit of 1.5 degrees compared to pre-industrial level within the next 9 years. Health ingredient animal. As the temperature of the Earth rises, it becomes very difficult for animals living in the Arctic regions to survive as the ice, metal. Earth's temperature rises. As carbon emissions increase, the temperature of the Earth is also rising. This is the bad thing about carbon. First, carbon severity. Korean carbon emissions are the sixth highest in the world at 600 million carbon tons, which amount to 1.8% of global emissions. Looking at this table, there remains a difference of about 1.5 times in carbon emission today, compared to today years ago. Also, Compared to the past, heavy snowfall has decreased and heat waves have increased. First, carbon severity. We emit carbon as we live among the foods that are essential in our lives. For example, tasty beef, cheese, pork, milk, chocolate, and eggs, etc. Even beef, which emits the most carbon emissions, is 59.6 kilograms per 1 kilogram of carbon emissions. There are also cases of carbon emissions during every life. For example, using disposable cups, showering, and using electric devices, we also emit a lot of carbon in our daily lives. Fifth, what effort are we making for carbon now? First, many countries are enforcing carbon neutrality laws. In addition, the 2050 Carbon Neutral Act is being implemented in Korea. Second, renewable energy is being used instead of carbon-generating electricity. Wind power generation, solar power generation, electric bicycle, etc. Many countries implement carbon tax, carbon finance. How to reduce car emissions? What we need to do to reduce carbon emissions is 1. Ride a bicycle for short distance. Second, reduce food waste. Third, reduce the use of electric appliances as much as possible. Fourth, grow pet plants. 5. Practice reduced emissions. If you do it little bit by little bit, that little bit can be big path to zero carbon emissions. Thank you for listening.